What is up?
Little audio glitch, but we're chilling now. Time for a little trade recap, man. Haven't done this in so long. Oh my nut. But I might as well freaking make one every day in 2026. So let's just start the first one right here, man. Coming into the day, I had a bullish bias just because all higher time frames I thought were pointing bullish. Let's kind of go through my thought process. Go through my thought process of why I thought I was bullish. And yeah, so coming into the week here, where's Monday? That was last Monday. Monday, I thought initially we were going to be bearish this week because we saw a close below this daily for bullish fair value gap, turning it into an inverse fair value gap. But with Monday's price action, what happened Monday? I think I took an L Monday. Yeah, with Monday's price action, I was like, okay, we're seeing a strong move, technically respecting this fair value gap, even though we got a body close below. And then yesterday, we saw even more movement up. I honestly don't remember whether I don't think I traded yesterday. And then today, which is what I want to focus on in this, because I'm so out of it, I haven't made a recap in so long. But today, coming into the morning, I was like, okay, we've seen this SMT here. You'll see it when we zoom in. NQ still has a lot of buy side that it might want to draw towards, while ES is basically at all-time highs. So I really wasn't caring about internal bearish SMTs in that regard. I was wanting to see potential higher prices today. So especially with this daily candle close yesterday, closing above inside of a bearish fair value gap, but low key don't even need this marked out here. We'll drop down to the 4 hour, kind of so I can let you get into my headspace. Had this SMT put in last week on Friday, just had an intermediate term wick low on the 4 hour. ES respecting the bullish daily fair value gap here, so ES is definitely being more bullish than NQ. We finally come up, turn this large 4 hour displacement candle, fair value gap inverse right here, come down, tap back into it, respect, see expansion up and out. Coming into today, saw this hourly fair value gap, wanted to see what the overnight did. Our London session literally didn't move from 2 to 5. We moved 70 points. So I'm like, okay, don't really like that. But coming into the morning session, I was like, okay, I'm coming into today fully bullish just because of all the draws pointing higher and that SMT. And we came down to respect this 1 hour fair value gap. So I was like, okay, probably gonna want to draw higher. Gonna keep an eye on New York midnight open. Ideally, take a trade while we are below that, targeting higher. But we'll see what happened. Drop down to the 15 and had London low marked out on NQ as ES technically already took London low. We have a 530 low here, which was not London low, but right here, 415 gets taken at 530, and then this low kind of acts as our internal draw because we have our 1030 candle right here. But yeah, so that's why I was bullish coming into the day. Probably more. I'm probably missing something, but it's all good. First one back in a while. I'm a little rusty. Dropping down to the 5. Can see that we just had an initial expansion higher. I wasn't interested in this whatsoever because I needed to see some area of sell side liquidity get swept before looking to target higher. So we see an expansion up for like 10 minutes. Over on ES, the expansion isn't as like grand. We're not seeing as much displacement. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Zoom down. Now we'll get into the juice, the meat, the sauce of it all. Come down. I'm waiting for something to potentially form here, wanting to be very patient, expecting nothing because we've already expanded and displaced higher without a retracement. Then we see this candle come down right at the 10 a.m. We had news come out. I think it was Jolt's Jobs and PMI. That drops, causes ES to flush its intermediate term internal wick low right here. And then NQ fails to do so, putting in a bullish SMT. Low remains intact. Then after this SMT, I low-key liked it, and I was like, okay, we're probably going to get a setup here just because of the amount of bullish PDRAs that are being respected and with how strong my bullish bias was. So I see this 1 minute fair value gap right here get turned inverse, and I don't wait for a market structure shift or change in the state of delivery because as you can see right here, didn't create a market structure shift and no change in the state because series of down close. This series of down close ends right here, so we would have needed to see a close above that body. And then I'm like, okay, strong displacement up. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Took it, normal size. Had my entry at the 1 minute inverse bullish fair value gap. I get involved. I'm like, okay, good. Stop below the S&P protect low if we're truly bullish, and I'm right. I don't see a reason why we need to move lower than the protected low. Decent stop, 40 points, pretty big, but it is what it is. We were targeting 1 to 2, that's all I wanted. But diving back down into it, looking at the nitty gritty, see some expansion up higher. And then with this candle, I'm like, okay, we're cooked because we saw, actually wrong terminology. Let me not even use that terminology. I'm like, okay, the trade's probably going to be stopped out because we see such a strong displacement leg down, closing through all these bullish PDRAs and the main PDRA, which was that 1 minute bearish fair value gap that got turned inverse, making it bullish. So I'm like, okay, yeah, probably going to get stopped, whatever. That's what I was expecting. Come down, and then boom, we come back up, turn this 1 minute inverse right here with this candle close above. Not going to count that because that's too close. Then we get a retracement back. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. Wick comes down. We see a little doji hammer. Wick fully taps down, disrespecting the 1 minute inverse, getting another potential close below. But before we can do that, we see a fat wick test back up, body closing within the 1 minute the 1 minute bullish inverse, because at this point it's still inverse, and then a strong close up, and then a market structure shift change in the state. So right here, very confident in a bullish bias because we fully respected both bullish PDRAs after seeing manipulation lower, which was just a move to put in another SMT for whatever reason. So boom, we come down, put in that extra SMT. So now I'm like, dude, this is very high quality. I'm expecting price to most likely deliver. Have this marked out as just an internal area. Oh, frick. Have this marked out as just an internal area of buy side. See that, boom, get a close above here. I'm like, okay, this is looking good. Didn't have a risk-free point on this trade. I'll show you what that looks like. Didn't have a risk-free point just because I was like, bruh, this is literally negative risk to reward. I'm not about to move my stop to break even, and I was comfortable holding, which we will see was unfortunate, but I would not say it's a mistake. Come up here, boom, seeing displacement. At this time, I'm like, I'm feeling good, feeling confident. I'm like, great, trade's probably going to deliver. I don't see a reason why not. ES is following. There is an internal SMT here with NQ coming up and taking its like pre-market highs, but it's just so chop and barcodey. I wasn't really concerned with it, if I'm being honest. So I'm just chilling on the charts, and then I see this candle. I'm like, whoa, 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 what's happening? And then boom, within 2 minutes, trade stopped out. So I'm like, okay, that sucks. I guess I was just wrong. But then we see that price instantly kind of respects higher. This disrespects all 1 minute PDRAs. So these, goodbye. We want to see another manipulation. This SMT is no longer valid. So that gets deleted on both because NQ comes down, takes the internal low. This SMT is still valid. So drag that over here. Boom, large 1 minute bearish fair value gap opens. See some movement up inside of it, boom, chopping around a little bit. Then we get displacement up and out, and then just chop, not necessarily chop, have a couple periods of accumulation, accumulated right here, accumulated right here, and then manipulation down, and then boom, delivered back higher to profit target. So honestly, there's genuinely nothing I would have done different. Looking back on this trade, wouldn't have moved my stop to break even because this was negative risk to reward. Didn't have a reason to think price was going to sell off hella in 2 minutes, but it did. Comes down, we get ticked out, stopped out here, and then price ends up delivering to our target. So would have had 2RR, would have, should have, freaking coulda. Doesn't matter, only matters what we realize and what we're able to do on the day. So yeah, that's a little quick trade recap on my L today. It is all good. Starting off 2026. What week is it? There was one Friday. I think this was my first trading day this week. No, it wasn't. I took an L. I think Monday I just didn't film it. But now I'm low-key gonna just film every trade recap I might as well. After watching my boy Diego. I've been watching his videos for some time. I check him out every once in a while, but he's made 28K just from affiliates. So, I mean, I'll take a free 28K on top of trading. Don't mind if I do. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. Going into the rest of the week, honestly need to take a big step back because we've delivered so much today to the upside. We got bought up a lot. So all this I'm really going to remove. Actually, I'll keep that. Going to remove all that. And And yeah, seeing some sell off now, but for the remainder of the week, just want to remain chill on risk because December was not a good month for me. I didn't really even trade that much, so I just thought I was kind of low key ticked off about price action, even though it's obviously my own fault for not seeing setups. But main thing I want to do coming into January in this new year is just taking the highest quality setups possible. Let me get some more lighting. Taking the highest quality setups possible. Really just looking to document it on YouTube. I might as well. And yeah, so moving forward, I'll make sure to actually have good trade recaps and just go over what happened today, what I felt, what emotions. Today, I low key during the trade after I got stopped out, I was like, "Bro, are we being straight up?" And I think I took a stupid long or something. It was a small trade, but that got stopped, I think, too. But yeah, really just looking to document this, like actually, not go on and off and not care about getting views on it or whatever. Just want to document my trades, what happens with them, and low key have good yaps, just because I feel like providing value and what I'm thinking is obviously going to be good for anyone who wants to watch it. So yeah, that's really all I got for this trading day. Coming coming into tomorrow, not expecting much, but yeah, 1 second.